do it.
There's no need for that at this time of the morning, is there?
Hello folks, and welcome to the first of two videos today. Yes, I am so good to you today. And well, how do we kick off this video on a Friday, the 21st of January 2022? Well, this story landed at the beginning of the week. It is Joss Whedon basically opening up about the allegations levied against him. This is on vulture.com. It is an extremely large article. Wow, I mean, it goes on for days. Am I going to go through this article today? No, I'm not, because I can't do that to you. It'll be a 2-hour-long video. The way this article comes across to me, Joss Whedon, and I'm going to paraphrase what I heard as well from a fellow YouTuber, this feels like a guy who's very successful, lives in a $5 million mansion amongst other $5 or $10 million mansions in California, probably the Palisades maybe. And yeah, Joss Whedon, I like the guy's work. I've always been a fan of the guy's work since the Buffy days, Firefly, Serenity, Dollhouse, The Nevers, which I haven't watched yet, but I've got them all on my hard drive. I'm going to be watching that maybe in the next week or so, because Ozark is out today, as a kind subscriber reminded me, so I've got to get through that too. But Joss Whedon, he's meant to be this champion for strong women. I mean, you know, kind of the reason why I did like strong women and do like strong women on the screen, because Joss Whedon knew how to create these people in a really cool way. Now, I know last year, Charisma Carpenter, who played Cordelia Chase in Buffy and Angel, came out with these allegations that Joss was always mean to her on set. You know, when she was heavily pregnant, he was calling her all sorts of names. Now, what I'll say about directors in general, film directors, whether they're in Hollywood or in the UK, wherever, they are entitled dicks. They are entitled to not treat their actors or actresses like prima donnas. They kind of have to bring them down a peg or two. But that does not excuse any further misdemeanors they are likely to commit. So Joss Whedon apparently has slept with a couple of unnamed Buffy actresses during that show's run, which kind of blew my mind. Now, what was Joss's excuse for his deplorable behavior? Well, this really.
I need a man to love and respect me for what I am.
Of course, people are going to find you really, really hot, regardless of how you look, right? I mean, that is basically how Hollywood is. That's how it operates. That's in any facet of business. Now, the reason why I mentioned Joss Whedon, you remember the Justice League in 2017, and Ray Fisher obviously has a bone to pick with not just this guy, but also Geoff Johns. So Ray Fisher on the 14th of January tweeted this: Geoff Johns is still a racist. Geoff Johns, in case you don't know, is a writer for DC Comics, and he's just got a great track record. And, you know, look, Ray Fisher, wow, I don't know what to say about this guy, because, again, people here have been tweeting their disapproval of this tweet, and HVB says, sue this crybaby Geoff. He either gives proof or he pays the price. And Ray Fisher, in an article last year with The Hollywood Reporter, just go back up here so you can see that I'm not lying to you. He's a good-looking bloke, Ray Fisher, actually. I'm surprised that someone with his talent and his looks doesn't get further in Hollywood. But I guess he might be shooting himself in his foot. So Ray Fisher tweeted this on July the 1st, 2020, when we're in the height of the lockdown around the world. Joss Whedon's on-set treatment of the cast and crew of Justice League was gross, abusive, unprofessional, and completely unacceptable. He was enabled in many ways by Geoff Johns and John Berg, Accountability Entertainment. So he says that, but that's the only receipt he's provided. I've not seen any other receipts to further his claims. Also, he mentions in this interview how John Berg took him out to dinner, and John Berg was saying, oh, you know, if one of the execs' kids from AT&T wanted to hear the famous "booyah" catchphrase from Cyborg and you don't utter it, how is that going to make them feel? So this is either A, true, or B, it's just a really good story made up by a raconteur like Ray Fisher. It's really, you know, I wasn't there. I didn't have a bug on the wall to listen to the conversation. I doubt if any of the waiting staff at this restaurant were able to be privy to the conversation either. So it's really, really strange. And, you know, what I glean from what Ray Fisher has been saying about any of this, I mean, look, even Geoff John's ex-wife came to his defense about the racist accusations against her ex-husband. And it's interesting what she says. So the former Mrs. Johns, Anissa Dorsey, and she is standing by Geoff Johns. In a statement, she said she will always believe he is innocent of these racist stories and fictitious allegations against him. And of course, she goes on to say, I'm a proud, beautiful, strong, and intelligent black woman. Again, intelligence has nothing to do with your color, my dear. From Louisiana, and I ran to California to escape real racism. Dorsey's statement continued. Geoff has enjoyed and been part of a black family since 2000, and someone's bad feelings cannot erase that time nor the truth. So Geoff Johns was married to Dorsey until 2008. Currently he's married to an Asian woman. Okay, so we've got all of that, and it's really quite funny that, you know, all of this comes out in the week. Again, the thing I do agree again with what I've heard, is that, you know, in the time I've followed Geoff Johns, I'm not saying I'm a huge fanboy of his, but I like what he's done. I've never seen any evidence or people talking about him in a bad way. So, you know what I'll say? I mean, I was having a conversation with this about my friend today as well, and he's all on Ray Fisher's side. You know, if you've got something to say it. And you should say something if you've got proof. I mean, Ray Fisher said in that Hollywood article, the Hollywood Reporter article I just showed to you, that he doesn't want anybody fired. But Ray, if you keep putting out tweets like this, you probably are going to get somebody fired. But it's not without proof, isn't it? You know, his biog is not broken, never alone. But, you know, come on, Ray. It's just not a great take. Now, I'm going to end this video today because this trend has just reminded me, this tweet, legendary singer and Meatloaf dies at the age of 74. Rest in peace, dude, because this guy, he did not have it easy. And in fact, throughout the course of his career as well, he had several almost near fatal accidents at some point. But of course, when you think of Meatloaf, you think of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, you think of Bat Out of Hell, that legendary album with his collaboration with Jim Steinman. It's just an incredible album. Like, every single track on that album is fantastic. You're not a rock aficionado if you don't have Bat Out of Hell in your collection. So I will say this much: rest in peace, Meatloaf. It was good while you were around. I also actually remember him being a really good actor. He was an actor before he became a singer, but I do remember him in an episode of The Equalizer. And why they didn't bring him back for more of that recurring part that he played? I think he was a drug or weapons dealer back in that episode, and it was really, really good. It was like towards the latter, I think it was the middle or the latter part of season 1 of that show. So yeah, rest in peace, dude. I mean, you just kind of rocked it, and you know, you're a great showman. So a bit of a sad note to end this video on, but I thought I'd do that. But I promise you, my next video will have you rolling in the aisles. So take care, and I'll see you on that next video.
Like and subscribe, or get your nuts Krogan crushed with Jason King.